on, baby. Welcome to Baby Shark Comedy Podcast.
Woo!
What do you mean he points at him? Is it for some? Does he know for a fact that it's for the shirt? Hardy's got a buddy who gets called out at the airport.
Bergio, Tone, my buddy Tone, super big time pod fan. Big time pod fan. But he rocks the sweatshirt gear, and he says at the airport, and he just said people gave him like a point. It might have nothing
New York airport?
Yeah, LaGuardia.
It's possible.
Yeah, right.
The only thing that I can think of, it's definitely not. The only thing that I can think of is maybe it's like a comic.
Yeah, maybe it's from the show.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
yeah.
tangentially related to New York. How far? No, LaGuardia is only like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Anyone who's anyone goes in and out of LaGuardia.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
My buddy says he wears it all the time too, but he's in Berlin, so I don't know if
Yeah, he doesn't get the.
Some guy did. I was flying to Chicago for work, just a little day trip, and I was in the Starbucks line, and some guy looked at me weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came up to me. He's like, "Do you do comedy?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I saw you at," he said, "someplace, you know."
Where were you?
Either LaGuardia or JFK.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "I think
That's pretty far away, though, from this. Wow, I like that. That's the coolest.
What do you mean it's far away? You just said it was a short 20 minutes away.
No, I know. To get noticed, though, like...
Yeah.
I think distance is kind of interesting for getting noticed.
Right. Well, the funny part,
From New York.
he's in a suit. I'm in like a suit, you know,
Yeah.
and he goes, "What, do you got a gig? Where are you going?" Chicago. I go, "Chicago." He goes, "Oh, you got a gig?" I go, "Nah, I'm working." He goes, "Oh." Like it kind of lost its luster. Right. He goes, "Oh, this guy's just a day job guy," you know.
Right.
I just saw him. But I looked over at there was a lady behind me. I go, "Fans."
Fans is the best. Did you do that?
Yeah, to the girl. And
That's
she like
the
did. She was
best.
like, "Get the fuck out of here, you loser." Let me just double check.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Oh. What's
Yeah.
new, baby? We should get Samaha back.
Oh my God, we desperately need Samaha.
We gotta make a formal apology.
Yeah.
We apologize to Samaha if we came off a little too strong. It was all in jest.
Pat. Yeah, Pat.
We appreciate you.
I don't know why our
We love you.
got like all of our hands are up. We're like,
Don't shoot us.
no, we do. I legitimately, I apologize, Pat.
All right, let's move on. I did notice that we have one less subscriber. No, I'm kidding. We're up to like 175 now.
We're on this. We're
on the ups. We're far away from my goal by the end of 2023 of having 1,000 subs. That was my goal.
okay. Yeah, that's mine too. Though I'm getting on this goal.
Well, here's what we got to do.
Yeah.
There's a couple. There's another topic I want to discuss off pod.
Oh. Okay.
But while we're on pod, we got to get some of your clips and stuff on the account. Some of your shorts. Because those are what every time I post a stand-up clip, it gets like +2 followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if we get your clips, if we get your clips up there, it'll be another +2.
Yeah. Done deal.
So we do 500 clips and we'll get to 1,000. We just got to make 500 clips in the next 200 days.
Yeah, don't worry about, it's like my writing teacher said, don't worry about quality, worry about quantity.
Shots on goal.
Yeah.
Shots on goal,
We're
baby.
shots on goal, guys.
By the way, I got a big compliment. My brother Mike said that on episode 151, New Era,
yeah.
he said he couldn't stop. He goes, "That might be the best podcast episode I've ever listened to in my life."
Which brother?
Mike.
I also think it might be our best episode.
Really?
I rewatched it. I thought it was a stunning episode.
Stunning.
This is also not good for my apology 4 seconds ago to Pat.
What?
But it was very good. We okay. We keep a thread the whole ep.
Right. Well, the other thing is that there was no.
The whole ep's a story.
It was very free flowing stream of avant-garde stream of consciousness.
Yeah, but it keeps like sometimes we kind of go all over the place. There's like an arc. There's like a real story to the full episode.
Right.
It definitely is. I was like watching it like a fan. That's one of the only ones. Only a couple times has that happened to me. But I thought, a couple of our storytelling ones are like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I get our apology is
That's
also
great.
an apology to every. If we ever hurt you,
Yeah.
it's not our intention.
Of
To
course
everyone,
not. Of
Pat,
course not.
anyone else.
Yeah. Because we talk about like coming after pods in that episode, which is really funny. It's like,
Yeah, we tell them that we say that like the Stefano's now our enemy. Like we've never even met the Stefano.
wait, so your brother? I love that though. Did he call you up? How does that happen? Like,
Well,
did
he
text you or like because
he'll do this thing where he builds me up too. He goes, "How do you guys do?" He goes, "Your phrases," and I go, "Ah, God, this is weird."
I love it. But
He goes,
how
"How
is
do you
this happening? Is it on the telephone?
No, call. Yeah, me and my brother Mike talk every like other day.
Got it.
But he's a big fan, and he was saying it's one of our best. He goes, he was howling in the car,
Yes.
out loud. He goes, "There's very few times where I laugh out loud." So if you're just listening to the podcast for the first time, go to episode 151.
Also, love this episode because right now this is so old school. We just talk about
the pod.
what we like about it and people that have given us compliments. Because my cousin was in town, Taylor, and several times she was like, "When's the new baby shower?" She was caught up.
Your cousin?
Yeah.
Is this the cousin? Is it your
Yes.
cousin that has the hot friends?
Has the hot friend. She, who's, by the way, hot friend is now dating very famous person. And let's leave it at that. Do you know about that?
No, I don't. But it's all
Okay.
It's all temporary. Don't worry. Hardy's friend. I'm a member of the Soho House. If you ever want to bring your friends.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd be overjoyed.
She probably has some other. I hear there's a different, like a more higher echelon
Of social circles.
social It's like Soho House is now overrun with losers. Like I'm in it. So there's another.
Where did you hear that, dude? That sucks.
I forget what it's called, but there's another social group which is even higher class than Soho House. Any loser can get into Soho House now.
Yo, you've been priced out of well, not priced out, but like now there's a different Soho House.
Right.
What was Soho House is now
Called,
at a new
Bond.
place.
It's some weird thing. And
Yeah,
my
like,
buddy was
the
like,
Standard, LeBain
Yes.
or something.
yes, which are, I mean, back in
Dude, I can't believe I just pulled that out of my psyche.
LeBain.
Dude. There's some dangerous.
Laban. No one knew. I got corrected on the pronunciation of LeBain so many times. People will be like, it's called Laban. And I go, really? Dude,
Were you at the
LeBain?
place when this was happening?
Dude, I used to live on 29 and 9, so I used to kind of go out.
Oh,
And this-
whoa, when was that? That's a weird
First
place to
year.
live,
It's
dude.
it's one of the worst. It's one of the worst
What happened
locations.
to you?
It's right by the post office.
Why were you over
like
there?
like USPS headquarters. It's just mail trucks in and out right outside my apartment.
Was this one of your first? This was like you just got to New York. You're trying to.
It was my first. I didn't even look at the apartment. I had two guys that were friends of friends. They didn't know each other. I was friends of friends with this one guy. I was friends of friends with another person.
Whoa. Okay.
And our friends were like, oh, they're moving to New York at the same time. So I did a group call. I go, do you guys want to go get into an apartment?
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, sure. So one other guy went for a week and looked at apartments. So he got the apartment. I didn't even know where I was living.
This guy went
Yeah.
and reported back.
He reported back with the feedback, and we signed a lease. So I showed up. I did a red eye from California. I show up to this fucking place with my bags and move in.
Yo.
But it was back in it was a shit. Listen, I always wanted to
What
call
was the
it
apartment like? Yeah.
fourth floor walk up. Just
Skinny? Was it thin? One of those thin New York apartments?
No, I did have my own bathroom, which was kind of
did?
nice. Yes,
Wow. Okay.
my room was really nice. Their rooms kind of sucked. But these guys would always get on my nerves, dude. This one guy would always try to hang out with me, one of the roommates. And I was like, bro.
Yeah, he was trying to, cause like, do you think he didn't have friends or something?
He had friends. I think he just liked the idea of having a good relationship with his roommate. It was one of those things like...
That's such a weird guy, dude. I know that guy, though, dude. Yeah.
He's like, when are we going to go out? And I'm like, oh, we'll go out soon. I always kept on being like, dude, anytime, man. Anytime.
Yeah.
And then anytime he would ask me, I'd be like, I can't tonight.
Right.
But we used to we used to call it Chelsea. It's right on the cusp of Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen. It's kind of no man's land, 29 and 9.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right.
But Chelsea's cooler than Hell's Kitchen. It's more prestigious in a way.
Right.
So we would always call it Chelsea. And my brother and his wife, they lived in the city at the time. They're like, that's not Chelsea. That's Hell's Kitchen. And I was like, no, it's Chelsea. They're like, that's fucking Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
And so I went to go get a mattress first week. And the guy, he was helping me try out mattresses, you know?
In the store?
In the store. I was lying on a bunch of mattresses.
That's such a weird activity, dude.
And it was, well, how else are you getting a mattress?
Like, let me test. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's good.
This is the one.
He goes, are you a side sleeper, a back sleeper, stomach? And I go, I'm a side. He goes,
Right.
this one over here.
Right.
But he goes, where do you live? And I go, I live in Chelsea. He goes, oh, cool. Chelsea's great, you know. And then when I ordered it, it was delivery, right? He goes, what's your address? And I go, oh, it's on 29 and 9. He goes, oh, Hell's Kitchen. And I was like, you fucking piece of shit.
Everyone wanted you to.
Yes.
Is that technically why? Is it Hell's Kitchen?
It's really no man. It's really
Right.
not even. I think technically, I looked it up. I think 30th is Chelsea,
Yeah.
but it was not a cool area. But I always used to go out.
So funny.
It was when I first moved, so I would go out by myself a lot of times
Yeah.
because I didn't have that many friends, you know.
Right. You
So
didn't know anyone really when you moved.
I knew
were
some
you
people,
coming
but
from
I hit
again?
it California. But I lived in Connecticut.
Right,
I went to boarding,
right.
so I had friends, but I wasn't like
So interesting.
not good friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So-
you were probably like what? How old are you? You were 20.
25.
Yeah, so you're trying to go out.
Yeah.
You're trying to like hang out. Yeah.
And if my buddies weren't going out, I'd be like, all right, I'll go out by myself.
Yeah. Wow, going out by yourself is renegade.
Some of the best nights I've ever had going out by yourself because you had the pressure, like you have no one to
Yeah.
impress and no one to let down. You're a singular entity. You know what I mean?
Right.
You do whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess you're that. Like that's how I feel when I go to the movies.
Yeah.
It's like whatever, you know.
If if I'm cool at the bar, cool. If
Yeah.
I'm not, no one knows.
But were you trying to like meet? You were trying to like link up, right?
I was trying to like hang out,
Yeah,
like meet
yeah,
girls.
yeah. Or even like a group of guys. Like, were you doing that, or were you? Yeah.
You did that as a way to get the ladies.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wasn't the primary.
Well, how are you gonna make friends though?
Oh, I wasn't trying to. I had buddy. You know,
Okay.
I had people I could hang out with.
Right. So you weren't like actually trying to like make friends.
No.
That's a weird kind of guy. You ever see like a guy out trying to make friends?
Yeah. Oh, let me get your number. We've talked about getting a guy's number is a lot harder than getting a girl's number.
Yeah. You'll see people though. They'll be like, "I'm trying to meet more friends. I'm trying to have more friends."
Well, now they got Bumble. I think it's more of a girl thing
Yeah.
than a guy thing. I think guys are probably more comfortable just like being alone and not having friends. Because I see a lot of Bumble BFF,
Yeah.
and it's like girls. They're like, "How'd you meet?" And they're like, "Oh, a Facebook group, new to New York girls edition." You know.
Right. But you were going out to LeBain?
I would go. LeBain was one of those ones where there was always a line and stuff like that. But
Yeah, it was so swanky.
It was swanky. But if you go alone
Right.
to a place, I think they assume that you have people inside already.
Oh, that's funny.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I can tell you a quick little story. I was in Barcelona abroad. I showed
Did you
up.
go to Barcelona abroad?
Yeah.
We gotta talk. Pin it.
Wow, pin. Dude, you didn't, did you?
No, but I'm going to
okay.
Barcelona in 3 weeks.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I'll give you some places. I think a lot's changed though.
40 years ago when you studied abroad.
2006, dude. Or maybe even 5. Yeah, 2006.
Dude.
Beginning of 2006. So
I was watching Entourage, and there's a line where it goes, yeah, he's booked until 2009. And that's in the show, and I'm like, oh, this is
what year is it in the show?
So far ago, dude. They had BlackBerry, they had Sidekicks. Like, they go, one of the care packages for Sundance, they go, oh, Sidekicks.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, oh, shit.
I know, and that's one of my favorite episodes you had on.
Yeah. The threesome, Johnny Drama and Turtle.
And like it's such a good ep because they don't have anything to do. I always talk to you about like when they don't have anything to do except for like later on, and they're kind of just like hanging out.
They're
somewhere.
Yeah.
Those are the most fun to watch them just like go around.
Yes.
But I showed up to this club where Kanye West was in the VIP, and I showed up alone. With like beach clothes and a hoodie on because I hadn't been home.
Club, like a club, so everyone was like
a
dressed
club.
up, kind of.
Oh yeah, like it was inappropriate. Like my buddy Dave was like, gee, like well, he actually was like, come anyway. Like I think it might play, and this is what happened.
That's all I'm saying. If you pull that move, the bouncer is just so thrown off where he goes, this must be someone for him to have such balls to show up in beach clothes.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So he goes to me. My buddy goes, put your hood up. He like leaned into it. He's like, put your hood up. Walk with me. I walked right in. And not only that, I went into the club, walked up to VIP, and they let me right into VIP with my hood up and everything. And I sat in there and was like, this is fucking crazy.
What do you mean, like...
The hood on the hoodie.
Right. What depth of the hood? What was it like? You know, like you could go this where you see your face, or was it kind of like overshadowing where like...
No, it was more like a stylistic
like a robe
move.
Yeah.
Like the thing you said, the former.
You could see her face a little bit more.
I just kind of put it up, and it stopped here, but you could still see my face.
Yeah, all right. Did you meet Kanye?
No, he wasn't there.
I thought you said he was in the VIP section.
Well, they said Kanye
trying to build up some,
they were like
some
Kanye's,
tension in the story.
Yeah, well, that happened a lot when I was over there. Like, they were just like we were going to these clubs every night, and every night you went to a club, there was like a new guy that would be there. Now, one night, this did happen. We were at Danzatoria was the name of this place.
Danzatoria.
Yeah. Up on a hill in Barcelona. And, dude, these clubs, man, they were, like, fucking rocking, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Rocking. 200, 300 people, you know.
Packed?
Yeah, packed.
Or is it kind of spacey?
No, like upstairs at Danzatoria was, but when you went downstairs into this huge, like, cave.
Yeah.
This, like, cave for, like, a rave kind of thing. And they would go all night, you know. They would go to, like, yeah. But, I know. Dude, one night I took ecstasy and went to Pacha. You ever heard of Pacha?
No, I haven't heard of any of these places. I heard of some place that's on the beach. And it's a club. It's like a
Carpe Diem.
Opium.
Opium's the new...
Opium?
Yeah,
Is that the spot?
Yeah, that's the spot. It wasn't open when I was there.
Yeah.
But
back in my day.
Well, my brother...
Carpe Diem was the...
Carpe Diem was the joint.
Right.
Right on the beach all night.
Let me ask you, these clubs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these clubs that I hear where it's like, oh, it's tough to get in. You know what I mean? What do you think the move, like, is it dress? Is it the dress that you're wearing?
You know, in Barcelona, the way I remember it was, there were promoters.
Right.
So if you knew a guy, there was this guy, Kike, you could tell him, like, we need a table for tonight. I guess, you know what we were doing? We were spending money. So that's how we were getting in. I'm like, how were we getting in?
Your face as you realized it,
Yeah.
you go, oh, I forgot I bought a table at the VIP place. That's why they let me in with a hoodie and board shorts.
No, that night.
I threw him 10 grand for a table.
That night I did not, but I will say, one night we were crying in laughter. Well, it was the next day we were crying in laughter because my buddy Wiley, we're at Pacha, and he puts his credit card down for the table, and the next morning, like, we were all, you know, when we were like, just do it, Wiley. You know how it is.
Yeah.
The guy wakes up. It was like a $1,500 charge, you know?
Yeah.
And you're just a kid at that age. Like, you don't have the money. Like, so that was happening a lot.
Yeah. You had a bunch of people in Barcelona,
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, we had like 20 fucking people.
Really?
We were like 25, 30 deep.
Girls too, or just dudes?
Yeah, blazing. No. One girl, I told you about.
Blazing hot. Dude. The bombshells we were rolling with.
There was one girl.
Yeah.
I think it's probably fine to say her name. Because I'm just saying she was gorgeous. Her name was Amanda Seton.
Yeah.
Okay? This girl.
Amandas are always very hot, typically.
Broski. This girl ends up getting cast in What Happens in Vegas. Okay? And if you look at her IMDb credit, it says Hot Girl 1. That's
top notch.
So some of, like...
Did you know her
there were a lot
before?
of
Is this a Connecticut girl or a Michigan girl?
No. We just all... Dude, it was like camp. We all, like, linked up when we got there.
The abroad people all abroad. They all... Yeah. I know. Yeah.
And it was dangerous because I don't know how this happened to you, but we had one class a week. Not like...
I didn't go abroad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We had one class, meaning, like, for the first 3 weeks, they said, like... It was so dumb. It was like, get to know Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then they would have one class a week for like 2 hours on a Tuesday for 3 weeks. So the rest of the week, you didn't have anything. So I
should have went abroad, dude. What was I doing? Dude. Doing frat stuff instead, like a loser. I was like, dude, I'm going to miss jungle.
Well, that was
the best day party. It's the best day party of the year.
That's what happened to my buddy Rick.
I'm going to go study abroad when I could go to jungle.
My one buddy, like, about a week in, I go to my ATM, and he goes, dude, you've already spent $5,000.
Yeah.
It's probably like $4,500 in, like, 7 days.
Yeah.
Might be a little of an exaggeration. Maybe it was, like, 10 days about, like... You know what it was? I know what it was. It was, like, 4 days, and I spent $1,000.
Uh-huh.
And it was the first 4 days. And he was like, who are you, George Clooney? That's what he said. I'll never forget it.
Have you been to Berlin?
Yeah. No.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to Berlin.
So
go to Berlin.
So I'm going to Europe. And whenever I tell people I'm going to Barcelona and Berlin, they're like, oh, you got to go this place. I'm like, can I just do my trip? Like, I'm going to do your trip? You know how they spur these things that you have to do on you, and I'm
that's
like,
what happens. Yeah.
Can I succeed or fail on my own?
Yeah, and can you just be excited where I'm going?
So everyone's been telling me at Berlin there's this place called Berghain. They say, my buddy who lives there, he goes, it's probably the #1 club in the world, and he goes the world.
I have heard that Berlin is like the craziest party place in the world.
He said they line up, and sometimes people line up a day in advance.
Yeah, whoa.
And hang out for a full day, and you might not even get in. The bouncer just determines whether you get in or not, and he says that it's so hard to get in that sometimes people get in on Friday, and they don't leave until Sunday because they don't want to have to, like, do the line again. Apparently it's like a lot of people go completely nude. It's like one of these, like, you there's a coat check, but it's like a clothes check. Like you give all your clothes, and there's like people having sex on the dance floor, like wearing like leather masks and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go Berghain. People are like having sex in the bathrooms, like doing all sorts of drugs. And my buddy's like, you gotta do it. And I'm like, do I? Do I have to go wait in line for 6 hours just to get the guy to say no to me? But that type of place, once again, apparently the door guy's really tough.
Yeah.
And he'll like quiz you. He goes, who's on the lineup tonight? You know, he's like, who's playing tonight?
Oh.
He'll quiz you to see if you're like in the know.
You talking about the DJ?
Yeah, like he's like, who's playing tonight? Who's DJing? And you're supposed to know. But with that, I think if you're a single person in line at Berghain, the guy's got to be like, all right, get in, whatever. You know, what's one singular? This guy really wants to get like, you know, there's something about going into a bar or a club with a line solo.
You have a much better chance.
They go, who are you? How many? And you go, it's just me, not these losers behind me.
Yeah,
and, all right, get in.
Yeah.
But then you have to go there by yourself.
Right. Are you gonna
go to Berghain?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a game time decision.
Wow. I'd be impressed if you did that.
I feel like it's one of those. I'm going to be in Berlin for like 6 days, 7 days.
That's the key piece of info that I needed this whole because I'm like in my head, I'm like, dude, if you're only there for like a couple days, like maybe you want to go do other things.
That's what I'm saying.
And be exhausted and nude.
Yes.
In a nightclub for 2 nights.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's towards the end too. I think it opens on Friday. It might go all week, but
yeah. I will say though, there is something about having a little spark of crazy on a trip. If you're willing, what was it? Robin Williams said that. He was like, "Don't lose your crazy." If you're willing every once in a while to just be like, you know what, fuck it. You probably won't regret it, or at least you have a really great story to tell about how unmanageable this place was, or
But also, there's this comedian at Baby Shower, this guy David Angelo, and he was like, "Oh, Canary Club's sick, dude. Do they have parties on the weekend?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Do you go?" I'm like, "Nah, I don't really go out that much anymore." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "I'm old now. I'm 30." He goes, 31, dude. He goes, "Eventually you're going to be my age, 40, and then you're really going to be too old. You got to go out more." And I was like, he's not wrong. He's not horribly wrong. So maybe I'll probably go. I'll go to Berghain, dude.
Wow, that'll be impressive though.
But there's like not even like that many pictures of Berghain online because when you go naked, like you have to give.
Yeah.
The one thing I do, I'm deathly afraid of getting drugged. That's one of my biggest fears.
That's why I would fucking be
I'll go to a Fish concert and I wear long sleeves. Because I've heard stories of people getting misted. Have you heard about misting?
Yeah, you told me about this.
Liquid acid.
It scares the shit out of me, yeah. This is the stuff that makes you so paranoid, though. Because, like, I'm like that, too. Like, these are the reasons I'd be like, well, fuck this.
My head wouldn't be able to handle a drugging. It really would. Like, it really wouldn't. Yeah. It'd be chaos for 12 hours. And that feels like 4 days.
Yeah.
But I'll go to Berghain. The other thing, I don't know. But here's the kicker. My buddy, he's moving apartments, but they have the apartment before. They have their old apartment for an extra week or something like that because they're moving in between apartments. So I'm going to have an apartment all to myself.
In Berlin?
In Berlin with a bed.
Wow. It's
going to be empty because they're moving. They're going to be in their new apartment for 6-7 days in Berlin.
That's nice, though.
That's
the coolest. That's way cooler than Berghain. What's it called?
Berghain.
I
just hung out in the apartment all week.
Dude, you have your own apartment, like to relax and just like maybe it's not like just
bring back some ladies.
Yeah, kick it. Like I just sometimes when you travel, it's like it can be stressful because of the like the space and
Right.
some of the OCD stuff I had. Like if I'm a place like to myself, I would be so ecstatic.
Yeah. Barcelona, dude, huh?
Well,
do they speak English in Barcelona?
No, not
really. Get out of here. I need to know Spanish.
Catalan. Catalan is actually the
Como se dice?
The dialect
There's
there.
como
They
se
say
dice.
vale. Everyone says vale. Vale.
What's vale mean?
V-A-L-E, like okay, vale, good.
Vale.
Vale. Yeah.
Is it vale or vale? Vale.
It's kind of with a B. It is. It's kind of with a B. Yeah, vale. You'll see. It's not like that's not. I don't know. Again, like
I wasn't planning on learning a language for these 4 days.
No, you'll be a point guy. You'll be a point.
What do you mean a point guy?
You'll be a point and charades guy.
Oh, all right.
I mean, you're gonna be doing a lot of You're gonna be doing a lot of jamones. I need a jamon.
What's a jamon?
They have like
ham?
They have like sandwiches.
Fuck, dude, really? I need to work on my act outs.
Oh yeah, maybe it'll be good. That'll be good.
Did I get some life pops for my act outs? If I start getting life pops,
dude,
in Spain,
dude, you're gonna be doing so many act outs. I think like you're gonna be like, how do I get to the Mar? You know.
I even do the breath.
Look, there's only a couple things. Well, first of all, you should go to go to Sagrada Familia.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh my god! I've had 100 people this week alone go. You should go to Sagrada Familia. I go, what is this Sagrada Familia? It's like a park, but with like little murals.
Gaudi,
is it that thing?
It's a famous artist.
Yeah,
Gaudi. He made a church.
Do you have a sore throat?
No, I got him as like I'm gonna see if I want to become a halls guy. As like a kind of a thing, you know? You want one?
I don't have a sore throat.
Neither do I.
It just you want a soothing.
I want something as like a tick, you know, like instead of like.
Is Halls the best thing to have as your tick? Like, is there, like, what's in Halls? Like,
here's the thing, it's my first try at this, so there's probably gonna be
we need to dive in.
Some brainstorms.
When you went,
maybe a tic tac or something might be better.
Did you go with the intention of getting a tick, or were you like Halls is the tick, and you went to a bodega, or did you just see the Halls and you're like, let me pull?
I just really saw them. I was online. Getting some items, and some underwear, and like I was like, oh, maybe I'll, because I've tried gum before and I hated it. I'm not a gum guy.
I have two things that are better than Halls.
I'll tell you what though, this is kind of nice and refreshing right now. Because you know what I like.
But the risk you run is that everyone thinks that you're sick. That's the risk you run. Dude.
There's these things I just don't put together. It's great to have conversations with you sometimes. Right. I didn't realize what people would think.
Right.
Yeah.
Tic Tacs would be great.
Yeah.
But an even better, you ever think like a Werther's? If you were a Werther's guy? A Werther's original?
Yeah, what's that? I don't know what that is.
It's like the caramel. It's like the old man candy. It's like a circular caramel thing.
Okay. I think
I
I
don't
might
know
know what you're
Werther's
talking-
original.
I honestly, I think I know what you're talking about.
Werther's is the move.
The problem is I can't.
it's like
eat
this,
chocolate.
but caramel.
I can't do candy in mass like that. That's going to start to bother me.
This is the same thing. This is candy. Isn't this just all sugar?
No, but what I'm trying to tell you is the taste is more like minty fresh. I don't want to be popping chocolate all day. Do you see what I'm saying?
For someone to get a Halls for the mint flavor.
We should put
No,
this
they're
out.
mints.
We should put
No,
this
it's
out
sick
for Halls.
medicine.
I'm gonna at Halls on our first one of our
Rebrand
first clips.
Halls.
Yeah.
Not just for sicknesses. You also get a minty fresh flavor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think when I was growing
Dude,
up, my dad did this.
if you were hanging out with a chick and you go mint, you pop away and you go mint, and you offer her a Halls, you don't even want a mint.
That's what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
You like that little drop-a-roon? You like that little drop-a-roon, fellas?
Stop.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, all right? That little drop-a-roon right there. A little pop-a-roon-ski.
Actually,
This little drop-a-roon-ski, dude.
stop.
Yeah, just a little, just a little Joe hang, I think is the...
With who? God damn it! God, I hate it. I hate it when my friends go on dates.
But you gotta love it. You have this deep love for the info.
Well, I love the info. I love the story, but it makes me feel like I'm behind.
Yeah.
Who, Bumble? Hinge? Or RL?
Hinge.
Hinge.
I'm really disappointed that it comes from Hinge, but whatever.
That's the beauty of Hinge, is that there is a little, it makes the data a little yellow.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
We have to overcome that we met on Hinge.
There's a little tainting of the date where you go, we're both Hinge people. Do you have the thing or no? Can I not look at it?
Oh, so
Every time someone asks to see the person on it, well, I actually left my phone at home.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
why you
I don't
laughed.
have it.
Yeah, well, she's visiting her family because she's originally from Canada, so
Hold on.
no.
Hold the phone.
Yeah.
You met on Hinge. Is this one of your like 1,000-mile pluses like that actually worked out? Because Hardy used to have his radius on Hinge at like Globe. He didn't care where the fuck they were from. He goes, bombshells are bombshells. I don't care where they are. So she's
I
visiting.
have a girl I'm talking to that lives in Brazil. It's an insane relationship.
You're still talking?
She'll like my photos. I'll like hers. I'll be like, when are you coming to the States? She's like, when did you invite me? I'm like, you have an open invite.
Open invite, baby. Sweetie.
I love, yeah.
So
No,
she's visiting just for like a week from Canada?
No,
It's a problem.
yeah, we met at summer camp.
The Hinge girl?
Yeah. No, what I was saying was I was going along with your joke. You're gonna have to backtrack. She's not from Canada.
Yeah.
I was going along with your joke where you were like, "Oh, like maybe she doesn't exist."
Oh, Jesus.
Remember when you were like, every time someone asked,
Oh,
you're like,
okay.
oh,
Okay.
so you I left my phone. I was saying, yeah.
She's from New York.
She lives in Canada. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
No, I was being an idiot.
if you're meeting up with a Canadian that's here visiting her parents, that's sex. There's no reason to go on a date.
Oh. Well,
Which reminds me.
Well, that really made me laugh because you were like, dude, Hardy's radius. Because it makes sense. My radius was out of control. No, but there was another girl. We didn't talk about this. We're chatting for a little bit, and she says to me, you know what, Matt? I've got to be honest. I'm moving next week.
Did she say I have to be honest?
Yeah. It was like I can't show it on my phone. But I was like,
why don't you have your phone? It's at home?
Yeah, I'm leaving it. I've been leaving it lately. I don't want it anymore.
Cell phone or iPhone?
The
touch.
The touch. Yeah.
You have your flip.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
Yeah, I did well. All
right.
Because look, where you have plans.
By the way,
yeah.
I thought I told you that if you got an iPhone, you wouldn't be able to handle it. And here you are not handling the iTouch.
Well, this is a good way to work with it because sometimes you just want to be completely detached from it.
Right.
And one of the best ways to do that is to actually not have it.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, she was like, I'm just on this app for a last casual moment in New York.
She said she's moving to where?
She said
didn't come up. You're like, yeah, whatever.
No, no, I responded to her. I was like, "Oh yeah, where are you moving to? Like that works for me."
You do a little giggle. Works for me.
I think she was going to Charlotte.
So you're meeting. When does she move?
No, she's already left. So then, like, we just never met up. But she was like asking me flat out for just a casual interaction. It was kind of a wild moment.
This is happening tomorrow.
No. This is a totally different person. This never happened.
Where are we?
Yeah.
What about this date tomorrow?
Okay.
Canada.
Yeah. Tomorrow is a lady I met on Hinge.
Right. Coward.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
From Yonkers, she's Dominican.
Yonkers.
Yeah, she lives in Yonkers and she's Dominican.
Where is Yonkers? North, like by Bronx?
Yeah, she has to take the Metro North.
And she's coming to Harlem.
Yeah.
And you're getting a coffee.
Yep.
She's coming to you.
Yeah.
You're not going to her.
She's coming to me.
This is going to be great.
You think so? I don't know what's going to happen. But I've got a couple that I think.
Does she know who you
up.
like? Does she get your vibe a little? Like, have you guys talked, or is this kind of like a blind type of date?
It's pretty blind. I mean,
like you don't really know what kind of vibe she is. She doesn't know what kind of vibe you are. Is she ready for like a 6-hour coffee date?
With me?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope not.
Because that's kind of what you do, right?
No, I don't want to. I mean, it's happened to me before, but I'd rather not for 6 hours.
Yeah.
2, all right, fine, you know.
Let me ask you a question, and you can say that you don't want to answer. If it arises, is there anything that you would like to come out of this date going into it, or are you just saying I'm gonna have a nice time with a nice lady? Are you planning on going in for a kiss at all?
Oh, I'm not planning on anything like that.
Right.
I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but I'm not planning on it.
Right.
Because recently I went in for a smooch on someone, or this was a little while back, and I was left in the wind, you know. So I was like, woo, woo, that's stuff, So I'm
Yeah.
going in too early is a
What's the
motherfucker.
indication that you
I'm terrible.
you
at
start
this.
getting some butter? Yeah. How do you
I'm
know?
so bad at picking the moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're bad.
What I think is there is no right moment.
Yeah.
You just have to do it when you want to do it. When you first think about it, that's when you should do it.
Right.
Now, if
No,
you think
but
about
that's
it the first
dangerous.
time you see her, you don't want to just immediately go in for the
Right,
makeout, which would
right.
kind of be renegade.
Yeah.
But all right, Hardy's going on a little date ski. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
But you got a
My
couple
holes.
lined up?
Well, there's another couple lady. I've kind of just been like,
You've been on the apps.
yeah, saying hello. Like if I'm not. I completely have taken the concern out of it.
Define concern.
Once, like, I'm. Great question. Great question.
Like you take the concern about the individual outcomes of each person on Hinge, or the general concern of finding a girl?
No, so not that stuff. Like, more like I'm not stressing about like what's the best way to put this?
Mike.
Yeah.
Midway in your deep thought, I go, Mike.
I'm done second guessing myself
Right.
on anything related to it.
Right.
Whatever I say, I say. Whatever I don't say, I don't say. I don't think about it again.
Let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
You see a pretty girl in the street.
Yeah.
Your head says, wow, she's pretty.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to talk to her.
Yeah.
Do you go talk to her, or do you say, if you don't talk to her, you go, that was fine because that's what I did?
Yes.
It's more that.
Yes.
Right.
If I want, yeah. If I want to say hello, that works too. But
listen to this, dude. I was sitting in the park today reading.
yeah.
And there's this girl that she goes to the Gamma Lounge shows a lot, Schwartz's, and she goes to my shows a lot.
Oh,
She lives
okay.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I've talked with her a couple times, like we're not friends, but like we're kind of friends.
Yeah.
And she was walking by and she came and sat down next to me, started talking or whatever. And she's like, oh, I saw this like really hot guy reading this book in the park the other day.
Yeah.
I was reading Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, nice. She's like, yeah, I wanted to say something, but I decided not to. I was like, you got to go up and talk. She goes, well, I'm not on the apps. And I go, I'm in the same boat where.
Yeah.
And she goes, what would I say?
Yeah.
And I go, it depends if you want in and out. If I was a girl and I wanted in and out to not stay too long,
Yeah.
I'd say, hey, I don't really want to, how's it going? I don't really want to bother you, but why don't you take down my number and give me a call? Don't text me.
Yeah.
Something like that, where there's a little playfulness, but it's also, and I
Give
go,
yourself an out.
yeah, if I go, if you do that 10 times, you'll probably get 3-4 calls.
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I was like, I've been off the apps for like 2-3 weeks. I haven't approached I did talk to someone last night
Nice.
a little bit.
Where was
And
that?
I actually got Digit Canary Club.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on a second. But she was saying that guys don't approach girls anymore.
A lot of them don't.
She was like, no guys approach me. And she's like a pretty girl. And she's like, no guys ever approach me. Everyone's
well.
a
This is
fucking
what
loser.
society wants. This is what it's like.
We've
kind of
decided
what
that this-
we've decided we want. We're
Yes.
done with. If you're a guy or a guy, like we think it's off-putting
Yes.
to be aggressive enough to reach out across the void and be like, hey. We've chosen, and probably because it feels a little bit like catcalling, even though it's not.
Right.
It's like too adjacent. They're like sisters almost, and people are just going, you know what? It's almost like catcalling ruined it all.
That's what I'm saying. I think
If
it's like
we
an
just
overcorrection.
yes, but if we right.
We went too far in the other direction. But I think girls still want guys who approach.
Some do, but I think a lot of
if you're-
people at this point are just like, just don't do it because you're so close to catcalling.
What? So they're
Which is
on the
hilarious.
dating apps, and they go, "Let me do it on the dating apps. I'd rather you not talk to me in person."
Yeah.
You know, like that's like what. We reserve this type of behavior for the internet.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's right. Or like, no, like you're introduced in a class or through a friend or someone says hello to you and you're like, okay, hi, this is fine. You know, but this like, hey, like, you know, she got to turn her headphones off because you're like stopping her in the street. Like the people have just arrived at this point now. We're just like, that's not going to be happening.
All the numbers that I've gotten over the past, so I've only gotten maybe 4 to 5 numbers over the past 6 months from just like in person, like, you know what I mean?
That's pretty good though, dude.
And all of them ghost me.
Well, so this is the other problem with this, and this is what a problem I was having too. It's like, it's more important about the stickiness of the interaction, not the getting of Didge.
Right. You have to have a good interaction.
Yes, it's the stickiness. So if you just get Didge, sometimes a lot of it, like we've had this problem where they're just like getting rid of you.
Right.
Giving you a wrong nudge, like, get this guy out of my face. Or like, it's, so the key, yeah, it's that stickiness.
I was talking to this girl at Canary Club after the show, after the 7 p.m.
Yeah.
It was a group of 4 girls. One went to the bathroom, and 3 were kind of in the lobby area just hanging out, and they were talking
so
to
now
me.
you're divide and conquer.
We were talking, me and the
Yeah.
3 of them. And one was a little bit more attentive than the others, you know?
Yeah.
And we were talking, and so I was just like, oh, I should hire you to go to a concert with me. I can sit on your shoulder so I can finally see.
Yeah.
So we were joking around a little bit, and Hannah Dickinson was there. And she was like, why are you guys talking about sitting on your... And I go, oh, it was like she was trying to hit on me. I did like a little playful, oh, she's trying to hit on me. I don't want to talk about this, you know?
Yeah.
And she got a little defensive. And I was like, I'm just kidding, you know? We'll go to I go, why don't we go to a concert? Let me get your number. And she's like, all right. So I got her number. And then we talked for another 5 seconds. Then she left. And then I was like boasting to Hannah. I was like, you see that, Hans Dickey? And she was like, I can't believe I just witnessed that. But I texted her Friday.
I can't believe I had to see that.
I text her Friday. I go, Jordana. Her name's Jordana.
Yeah.
Kind of hot name. I go, Jordana, I'm trying to find a concert right now for us to go to so you can sit on my shoulders. As a little joke. Ghost. But hey, name of the game. That's why it's such a numbers game. And that's also why I don't get why people get upset when it's like, oh, you like...
That's my new bit I've been doing. I'm into ghosting. Were you about to say like,
Nah.
oh, like we have so many points of interaction. It's ridiculous to think that you're going to tell everyone, hey, we're going to stop talking.
Right.
It's like bringing 1950s morality into our current society.
Right.
Like, grow up. You know what's happening.
And you get ghosted so many times that it's just
not
shots
ghosting.
on goal.
It's
Exactly.
It's stupid. It's a stupid concept.
Ghosting, once again, overcorrection. Ghosting is for when you've hung out a few times and then you don't message
the
back.
Timeline of an abortion.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Right? It's like,
Are you doing this on stage?
yeah, a few times. Yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, you like, you know, it's like 3 weeks, you're fine, right?
Right.
3 months.
Right.
A little more to think about, but yeah, like I'm glad you took that. You had the exact thought. It's like we got to get past like good people are gonna stop talking. They're not bad people.
I have no ill will towards this girl.
Like this is crazy.
Yeah,
right.
She just didn't text back. It's totally fine.
Right. We gotta like relax. Now,
if I was going out with a girl for 3 years and she stopped texting me, that's a ghosting.
There you go. Sure.
Christy.
But like,
no, I'm kidding.
We made the.
I just call out some girl I dated for 4 years. I'm like, Christy.
You know what's one of the great ghostings is in The Godfather. Because like Michael, he has to leave during the war. Between the families, so he's like goes to Italy, and like Kay, he doesn't tell Kay anything, and like he comes back from Italy, and she's furious with him. She's like slapping him. One of the great ghostings. But we live in we created this world ourselves where we want all these points of contacts. We have social media contacts. We have our phone texting. We have apps. We have all this different stuff. And then we're like, oh my God, like one of the 18 people I'm talking to didn't text me back in 3 hours. It's like, you're the immature idiot. Grow up. That's crazy.
H-dog.
No, it's seriously crazy.
No, here's the crazy part is that they force a certain behavior upon you that wasn't normal until...
There you go.
Consider normal until like 2 years ago.
Bingo.
We have to like continuously revise how we operate.
Yes.
To what like the new norm. They're like, oh, you looked at my story, but you... I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. They try to shame you into behaving a certain way.
Yeah.
Society, it's like, no, like yeah, it's a very yeah. In my bit I say how like people that don't like ghosting, they always talk about closure.
Yeah.
The idea of closure. They're like, no, but it's good, right? Because if they tell you, then you have closure. And I'm like, now I know. And I'm like, yeah, that's the whole bit. I'm like, we don't get closure. Like, you've never gotten closure on anything in your life. I've never. Like, my whole thing is like, we don't even know why we're on the planet. Right? Like, you want closure, you know. And I'm doing a bit right now, but it's kind of nice. It's kind of fun. And then I'm like, I say, the same people that want closure are the people that want the crusts cut off their sandwiches. It's it's like, dude, like.
Well, that girl I went on a date with a couple times, she quizzed me as to how I operate with She's like, oh, so if you like don't like a girl after a date, do you like ghost her? And I was like,
that's such a lose-lose question, dude.
I go, why would I text? Why would I text them? Hey, what I look at her. I go, what am I supposed to say? Hey, thank you for the date, but I don't like you. Isn't that a little harsher than just not messaging him at all?
There's a group of people out there that want you to do that, and they're talking like this is the fucking thing to be doing. Yeah. It's like, listen, even if someone says that to you, they're not giving you the whole truth anyway.
Right.
They're giving you like a version so they can move on. Like, it's not the right time. And it's like, fine, if you want to do that, fine. But don't tell me that you're like this white knight.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're still making it easy on you.
Yeah.
I want to see a text from someone who's like, listen, your tits aren't big enough. Right? I feel like...
And that's it.
Yeah. Like, that's embarrassing. That's what you can't send to someone, right?
Listen. You even say listen, period. Yeah. Your tits aren't big enough, period.
And then she goes, what the fuck? And you go, at least I didn't ghost you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to be more honest. My therapist told me to be more honest. This one's for me.
Which, by the way, if you notice... in those moments, it's really hard to be honest because that's not even really honest. That's kind of a shallow thing you're saying, like, because you're judging
scared
someone
of small
in the moment.
tits.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously. You're not even being honest with yourself.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I'm so done with this. I'm so done with this fucking ghosting culture.
Well, you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
There's a girl. Remember, I've got some
Yeah.
Remember the girl that, so Samaha got confirmed Didge video, right? Of that girl?
Yeah.
I texted her like a couple days later. She didn't text back.
Yeah.
I'm walking. Were you with me? I was walking to Canary Club
Oh, you saw this
a week
right?
later, and I saw her in the wine bar.
Yeah.
And I did, like, we kind of locked eyes, and she quickly looked away.
Wait. Is this when you sent your friend in to check if it was her?
I didn't see. He went on his own. I didn't send him in.
Okay.
But he confirmed that it was her.
Got it.
So I was like, cool. She didn't text, whatever. She didn't
Yeah.
text me back. Happened, right?
Right.
About a week ago, I'm walking down St. Mark's, and there's this guy in front of me. So I tried to do the rope around.
Yeah. Try to speed past him.
Speed past him, but there was like a tree. So I had to duck under the tree to get past the guy. And when I pick up my head, the girl is walking the opposite way. So it looked like I was like trying to speed past and like hide under a tree so that she wouldn't see me. And I was like, fuck, I just looked like an asshat, right?
Yeah.
But I go, whatever.
That's funny.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm at the corner by Niagara, right? The corner right here. I walk over, I'm going to cross, and then I realize as I stop, it's a red light, as I stop, the girl is 2 people away from me.
On your side?
On my side, at the same,
Oh, man.
at 2 feet away from me, there's a girl next to me. And she looks back and sees me.
Yeah.
And I kind of just continue looking forward. I'm like, because what am I going to do? Hey, remember me? Like, what are you supposed to do?
Holy shit.
So
Wait. Why does she live around here? Why?
She has to. I mean, we met at Gamma Lounge, which is 2 blocks down. But so I look down. So I look to the left, away from her, to see if I can just do a preemptive cross, even though I have a red.
Oh, you get hit by a car?
I just sprint across.
She has to you get hit by a car and she comes to resuscitate you. You're like, remember me?
You have my number, right? Do I have your attention now? So, dude, listen to this. I look down I look to my left to see if I can cross, right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of cars. So I look forward again, and I can see in the corner of my eye there's no one there. So I look to the right, they're walking
Really?
away. Like the girl's like, let's walk a little bit further.
Oh, she was with someone?
She was with someone. A girl though.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, it's kind of weird how she maybe doesn't feel
She probably doesn't.
comfortable.
But that's on her. She got to get over that.
That's what, like, I felt
Yeah.
bad for a second, but I was like, no, but she gave me her number.
Yeah.
I texted her once saying, hey, do you want to grab a drink? She didn't text me, so I didn't, like...
Just go say hi. She should just go say hi to you. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've done this with someone, and now if she wants, she can be like, hey, sorry, I didn't get back to you,
Yeah.
And then just have a conversation. It's fine. Like, everyone knows what's going on.
Right.
We're not going to end up dating, probably.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
Hi.
But it made her leaving made me feel shitty for texting her that one time.
It makes you feel like such a loot.
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
like, am I like a predator on the loose? Like, there are girls running away from me, and I was like, no. She gave me her number.
That's right. She has a problem with her own ghosting of people.
Here's another, and I just thought of
'Cause
this.
it's not good.
Here's the thing. I just thought of this,
Yeah.
but I don't think it really changes the facts. She gave me her number. What if she gave a fake number
Uh-huh.
to just get me away?
Oh, interesting.
And now she
Right.
thinks that. But even then, it's the same thing. Either way, it's a ghosting. Not a goat, but you know what I mean?
Right. Well, in that scenario,
because sometimes girls
she
probably...
she might think you're going to come up to her and be like, hey, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You know.
Jeremy picked up... Who's Jeremy?
That's what she's probably worried. She's probably worried you figured out that it was or it could be that she figured out.
But that's a very small,
Yeah.
I think
if I was a girl, I wouldn't give someone a fake number.
Yeah, I think most girls would probably give the real number and just not text back.
Yeah, just don't.
Right.
Just don't. You know?
But it really, for a little... I sat down at David's Cafe and ate my burger, and I was like, fuck.
Dude, that was when I asked that one girl at the bar who was like, I'm 20. And I was like, you're a waitress at a bar, sweetheart. I don't know what to tell you.
I thought you meant a Bua.
No, that girl, like...
That girl's cool. I go.
Yeah.
I talked to her last night. I went to Bua to grab buffalo chicken tenders by myself at Russia. I didn't even know it was Russia. It was like Friday at 7 o'clock. I bring Dopamine Nation, and I go to Bua. It's packed.
Wow.
And she comes up. She goes, hey, just you? And I'm like, yeah. And I was like,
she goes, thank God.
She goes, there's a seat in the corner if you if you want. I was like, yeah, sure. She's like, all right, let me go clear it. So she sat me down, and there was 2 girls next to me. And I talked to them. One of my friends from college that just moved here.
You're like, you guys know about dopamine?
Here's the real issue that happened at Bua. Is that it's kind of dark and dimly lit at night.
So you can't fucking see the book anyway.
But I'd already opened the book. So I was like, I can't not read. So I kind of there was a candle. So I kind of shaded the book towards the candle. I had it on an angle.
Trouble for some reason reading in public. I've never come across a guy encounter more difficulty.
It's because I don't even want to read.
That's the problem.
I just want to do something so I don't look like a loser. I even got called out on the way to Bua. Yeah. Dude, there was a girl sitting at a bar nearby, and she had recognized. She's like, hey, I saw you do comedy at whatever. And I was like, oh, hey. She's like, what are you reading? And I was like, Dopamine Nation. They go, you're not reading that. You just want to look... They go, you just want to look cool.
They did not say that.
They said that, and I was like, no, I'm reading Dopamine Nation.
Wow.
But I talked. This girl comes up that I knew from college. She walks in. She says hi. We talk for a little bit, and then she leaves. And then I talked to one of the 2 girls next to me.
You did?
Because they comment. I stood up to say goodbye, and there was a guy next to them that commented about how tall I was. To them.
You really do get that a lot.
It's impossible. He just goes like this, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
What is with people like that?
Height, for some reason.
I know that I'm going into your because you do a whole act about, but it does sometimes. It does shock you a little bit when you're like, it's as though people have never seen tall people. The
best line that I've ever seen. It was in Rio. Me and Choi were hanging out, and Ryo Hayashi comes up.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Oh, both tall guys." Yeah. And then Choi, because Choi gets irritated too, because he gets it even more than me probably. But he goes, why do you have to do that, Rio? And Rio's like, what? It's 2 tall guys. And he goes, that's like if Miller came up and goes, 2 Asians.
Right.
And then Rio, it snapped in Rio's head where he's like, oh, I see what's going, But then I looked at the girls after. I was like, I got to talk to these girls. Because I'm trying to talk to at least 1 girl a day.
Yeah, and you know what? I like this attitude you had before, too, that I think comes back around where it's not... I saw a guy talking about this on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
It's not about just the girls, too. It's about
guys.
You got to say yes to life.
Yes.
So...
Did Luciano send that fucking video to you where he goes, advice for someone in your 30s? And the guy just goes, you have to talk to everyone. And I was like, Luch... I've got enough self-help in my life.
I did it today, and I hadn't been doing it in a while. I just stood there and held the door open for someone, and then another person came through, and then another person came through, and I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to hold this door open the best I can for everyone who wants to walk through right now. And, another family came through, and I was like, yeah, no problem. And it brightened everyone was so happy with me. And it brightened my day, you know? I left, I was like, wow.
Two things. The guy that's so sad where he has to get a pick-me-up, he's like, I'm going to go hold the door open for a couple hours.
Yeah, no, this is... right.
The other thing, dude, that's like this... That's the start of like one of these motivational videos.
Yeah.
It's something as ridiculous as that, where it's like some like...
But it's actually...
do music, and he
yeah,
goes... You know, I was holding the door for someone. And then there's a big reveal at the end. And what you realize...
Yes.
God, holding the door open, dude. So did you talk to any of them? No, I just let life happen to me.
No, that's like literally like people just kept coming.
Yeah.
Another guy came up. He was like, thanks. I was like, no problem, man.
The guy's like, we got the AC on, dude. Can you close the door?
Yeah. Is this one of those things? I've talked about this several times, but there's two ways you can look at it. Like, you can be the guy who has a problem with that, and it's literally the most fundamental issue that you're asking yourself about your philosophy on life.
Yeah.
You're like, how much time do we have left?
Well, we got a concert to go to.
Right. Yeah. It's just acceptance. You're either accepting what's happening or you're not.
Right. That's exactly right.
All right, people.
Peeps.
Siddhartha.
Guys.
Yeah.
Siddhartha.
Oh, 111. Look at that. All right, we're done.
Make a wish.
Thank you, fans.
I wish I have the courage to go up to women.